Hey guys, today we're taking a look at this X540. We're going to change the transaxle fluid in it. We removed the deck to get to it pretty easy. And then we loosened, you got to do 2 bolts. They're 9/16, I believe. And so there's one right there, kind of towards the middle. And then the other one's up there, closer to the filter. So you loosen both of those out, let the oil drip out, and we'll be replacing the oil with John Deere low viscosity high guard. Recommend always using John Deere oil for the transaxle fluid, and then we'll be replacing the filter with a tough torque filter here. All right, to get to the filter, I'm using a 3/4 inch drive, or no, what is that? 1/2 inch drive off of my socket. Kind of clean that up first, but we've got it started here. And there's your old filter. I'll leave it right there. Another thing that's on here is a rubber seal, but the kit we got comes with a new seal, so we'll take that off. And put on a new seal. So we've got the new filter here. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in. And I'm gonna take a little bit of oil and wrap and put it on the seal. Now that seal's supposed to do the work, so you don't have to get this real tight. If you get it too tight, you could, it's just a plastic piece, so you don't want to get it too tight. Get that started there. I'd rather it be a little bit loose and you watch it than get it too tight. So that's something you can always check again. And now we'll put the bolts back in, the drain hole bolts back in, and then we'll put in new fluid. All right, so we've got the bolts back in, and whenever I put them back in, I cleaned around them just a little bit. And there's the other one. So I cleaned everything around it so that way if it is leaking, if you didn't get things quite tight enough, you'll be able to easily see. So now the next step is filling the oil from here. You have to take this little sponge out. Be a little tricky. Put that somewhere where it won't get too dirty. You've already got the cap off. And what I've found works good, there's really no good way to fill it because it goes back down in there so far. So I'm gonna get a funnel with a hose and then pour it in very slowly. All right, so we've got a hose going down to the reservoir and up to this funnel that I've put here. And then the name of the game is, real slow. I'll have to double check, but I think it takes 5 quarts or 6 quarts. But at the end of the day, you'll want to watch your reservoir level. And if you're doing it like this and don't have a helper, check every now and then just to make sure you're not leaking or dripping all over the place. That'll take a while for me to fill this up, so we'll check back in shortly. All right, so we've been filling this up. If you have a hard time seeing the level, if you put a flashlight in here, you can see we're at the full mark now. Now, we'll go ahead and start this up and drive it back and forth and work the hydraulics on it, and that as things flow through, that level will likely drop a little bit and we'll need to put some more in. So I've got it just over the full line right now, but we'll check that again here shortly and add some more to it. But before we do that, we're going to take this out. We're going to put the little sponge back in and the cap. Now sometimes these, I've seen these so cracked out that they actually break apart if you try to push on them. So check that before you change your fluid. You may need to buy a new one of these, which are I want to say, you know, around $60 give or take. So, but we'll go ahead and start this up and run it, and then check the fluid again. All right, so we drove it back and forth. We worked the power steering. We worked the power deck lift, even though the deck's not on it. But check the fluid level again, and it's at the full mark. If you can't quite see it too, you're not sure where it is, give it a little shake, and you can see that move around in there. So we're going to let that sit and run it a little bit more, and then we'll check this again. So just double check it, but that's all it takes to change the hydraulic fluid and filter on these X540s, other X500 series machines, some other X500 series machines. So pretty simple and straightforward. Takes a half hour to an hour depending on how quick you are. So anyway, thanks for watching.